All right. Well, speaking of games in London, we got to wake up at 9:30 in the morning on Sunday morning, get to watch a 6 foot tall shrimp play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. And he is now officially QB1 in Cleveland because Joe Flacco is on his way to Cincinnati to
Don't let
start
the
for the
door hit you
Cincinnati
on
Bengals.
the way out, Joe Flacco. Bye. Won't miss you.
So, Josh, you're the Browns fan here. You already know how I feel about Dillon Gabriel, but how'd you think his first start went?
I thought it went well. It seemed like like I've been saying, he was more willing to throw the deep ball. It wasn't all short and intermediate routes. You know, they didn't take a lot of risk. It was a lot of run the ball. But overall, if I had to give his first game a grade, I'd give it like a solid B plus. I didn't think it was overly impressive, but certainly didn't think it was terrible. You know?
Oh, I think you're being way too nice. I think this is an average quarterback game. I think this is a C. I don't think Dillon Gabriel is anything special. I think this is a waste of time. He is Tua Tagovailoa and Brown in the Orange. That's what he is. He's not going to be good in cold weather. He has the same stature, same throwing delivery, same pretty much everything. He's going to be really accurate. He's going to get the ball out on time. But when you put pressure on him, the way Minnesota started doing in the second half, which going into the second half, Minnesota didn't even know if they were going to have Carson Wentz on the field, and they still won that game.
Yes,
so how is
yes,
this a successful trip for the Browns? And
yes,
by the way,
there were some coaching blunders by Kevin Stefanski.
Thank you. They just traded away Greg Newsome, so this team is tanking.
Yeah, and we don't even know for sure if Shador is going to be the second string. There's a chance.
That's the biggest thing to me. I'm going to say this, and you know, we both have really been Shador Sanders defenders, but I have been the one pounding the table since they drafted him in that late day in April when the Cavaliers were beating the Heat by 30 down in Miami, that Shador Sanders should be the week one starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
No, I was saying that about Dillon Gabriel, not Shador.
But I was saying that about Shador. And I still believe that. And to me, he's the best quarterback on the team, and he's getting basically blackballed. And Dillon Gabriel is a waste of time. I'm sorry to tell you this, Josh. You probably already know this. I hate to tell you this, but you are going to get your ass destroyed Sunday by Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you really think Dillon Gabriel, with his short little stature, is going to be able to see over TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward? Do you really think Mike Tomlin's going to let that guy beat him? Absolutely not.
No. It will be funny to see him go against Tua next week. But honestly, looking at the Browns' schedule, after this game against Pittsburgh, it's not that daunting. Like, you have the Dolphins. That's a winnable game. You're at the Patriots. I think New England will win that game. But then you're at the Jets following the bye week. I think we can win that game, even though it's in New Jersey. If Baltimore continues to be as banged up as they are, I think we could win that game. At the Raiders, I would say we can win that game. Home against the 49ers, I'm going to say that's a loss. Tennessee at home, we can win that game. At Chicago, I like the way Caleb Williams is playing, and it seems like him and Ben Johnson are getting on the same page, so I will say that's a loss. Home against Buffalo, it's Josh Allen. I don't see us beating the Bills. We usually split with the Steelers, so I think we can win at home against Pittsburgh. And at Cincinnati to close it out, why not? So I think there's some.
I'm telling you right now, there's no way they win more than 3 games.
I
will send a Dr. Pepper over to your house if they win 4 games. There is, and by the way, that counts the one they already have. So if they go 5-12 or better, I'll send you one, because I don't see it. I get what you're saying with the schedule, but this team's a complete lost cause. And from the.
I'm not saying they're going to get back into the playoffs.
They're paying 8 quarterbacks. Do you know they're paying 8? Do you know how embarrassing that is? And the even more embarrassing thing is, well, we don't know anything about Shedeur Sanders, but guess what, guys? Deshaun Watson may be back.
Oh, God.
Boycott the team. I'm sorry. I feel bad for Dillon Gabriel. Maybe he'll be good somewhere else. I don't want the kid to be a bust. I really don't. But I'm sorry. I think this is a complete and abject and utter failure and a disaster, and they need to get every single person in that building out of there. New general manager, new head coach. There is a guy right now in North Carolina who's trying to get himself out. Pay him everything. Go get Belichick and bring him back here. You got
Lord.
nothing to lose, man.
Oh, Lord. I've heard all the noise about fire Kevin Stefanski. No, I am not jumping on that train. I will continue to be a Kevin Stefanski defender.
As I said, so Josh, again, if you go 6-28, that'd be 3-14 in back-to-back seasons. You're not going to fire the coach?
Nope.
Okay.
Here's what I would do. And I would have done this last season and instead of paying him $40 million. Trade Myles Garrett. He is quickly becoming the defensive version of Joe Thomas for the Cleveland Browns. Now, I get it. Joe Thomas went on to become one of the greatest offensive linemen in NFL history. Again, I said one of, not the absolute.
Oh, he's top 5, I think, of all time. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. And one of the greatest left tackles in NFL history. I get it. But when he was in Cleveland, did Joe Thomas ever make the playoffs? No. He went through countless head coaches, countless starting quarterbacks. Good God. Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, Charlie Fry, Brandon Whedon, Robert Griffin III, I think, was here. Deshaun Kaiser, Colt McCoy, Brady Quinn, Fab Lewis. I could keep going.
Derek Anderson, keep naming them.
Yes, Derek Anderson. But when you look at Myles Garrett, it's been the same thing. Oh, and I didn't even mention all the head coaches Joe Thomas had. Eric Mangini, Pat Shurmur, Romeo Crennel,
Justin Penn,
Hughes. Yes. You get, okay. But then when you flip to Myles Garrett, he's had Freddie Kitchens, Hugh Jackson. Joe Thomas might have even had Hugh Jackson, for God's sake.
Greg Williams as well.
Yes. Yes. And Myles Garrett, yes, he hasn't quite had the same level of quarterback turnover, but he's had to deal with quarterback turnover as well. And I feel like we're wasting his prime. You know, like Joe Thomas never got to experience winning season here in Cleveland.
Yeah, he did his rookie year, 10-7.
Okay, once. But he never went to the playoffs. Myles Garrett has at least done that twice.
They still have not won the division in 30 years.
I know, but like, it feels like the Browns are reluctant to surround Myles Garrett with pieces. I get it. You shouldn't necessarily build your team around a defensive player, but look at what the LA Rams did, and they capitalized and got Aaron Donald a ring. They brought in Matt Stafford. They had Cooper Kupp. They brought in Odell Beckham Jr. They made the moves. I'm not saying that the Browns are a championship team. I'm not saying that.
Well, their defense is championship. Well, their offense is nowhere close. That's the problem.
Do you get where I'm going with this, though?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's my point, that, for example, Philadelphia felt like they had something with Jalen Hurts. So what did you do? You went out, you drafted Devontae, you trade for A.J. Brown, you bring in Saquon, and boom, look at him now. Tampa Bay was just missing a quarterback. They go get the GOAT, and whoa, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, they go and win a freaking Super Bowl. And, they've done that with Baker Mayfield as well. Like, that's my point.